Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. For my returning subscribers, I say welcome again. For those who are new in my YouTube channel, also a big welcome. By introducing my name, I am Kiden Margaret, and this channel is all about life challenges. I talk about how to learn from our challenges. I talk about how to be positive in hard time and how to grow from our challenges. So if you're new, please consider to subscribe so that you can be part of the family, because we are here to learn from each other. And also if whenever I release a video, so that you will not miss it. Also consider to watch some of my videos which I have released out. It can really bless you. So welcome. Today's video is going to be the tips that I use whenever I go through hard time in life. And I feel like I need to share these tips with you because, as I said, we are here to learn, and the knowledge that I pass to you guys can be helpful. And also, I would love you guys to give your own knowledge to what tips you use whenever you're going through hard times, so that it can also bless me, because we are here to learn from one another. So without delay, let's get to the process. So tip number one, whenever I am confronted with problem, is to accept that the problem has already, I am already dealing with this problem, whether it is a result of my downfall or it has been done to me by someone else. I just have to accept that it has happened already. There's nothing I can do about it, and find ways to deal with it, rather than running away from it. And that can be dangerous, running away from your problem. That can lead you into doing things that are necessary. Whether it's alcohol, whatever it is, that you will find yourself into doing those sort of things as a way to escape. So escaping is not a key, to your problem. Just accept it, find ways, and then you just go along with whatever you're already in. Tip number two, I would say, is to have hope. Hope is very important in this life, because the life that we are in, it is hard. We are always confronted with problems. We will always go through issues. So we need to have hope, and hope is one of it. Really help me to push on in life. Whenever I feel like to give up, then I'll have this feeling in my heart that, Margaret, keep going. Keep going. It might be rough, it might be, hard on you. Things might be really difficult, but you need to understand that it is not the end of your world. What you're going through is not the end. Tomorrow there will be a bright light. Tomorrow will be better. Your tomorrow will be better. Your tomorrow will not be the same. So hope is very important, because it helps you to push on, and then you see that you continue to push until you get your victory. So you need to have hope, no matter what problem you are going through. Have hope that it will be well, it will be okay. Tomorrow things will be different. It will not be the same as it will not be the same as what you're going through at this moment. Third tips that I use when I'm going through hard time is prayer. Prayer is really important, guys. I know that when we are going through problems, we are either drawn closer to God, or we are either driving far from Him, because of the frustration and the anger within us. If God is there, then why did He allow me to go through this, or why didn't He even stop this from first place? So I choose to get closer to God, because in this life, guys, we can't do it without God. As for me, I can't do it without Him, because I need Him. So I choose to get closer to God. I choose to pray, and there is beauty in prayer. So one of the importance of prayer is that when you pray, you find your answers. As you guys know, that when you're going through so much problem, you tend to ask so many questions. What have I done wrong? What did I do for this to happen? and you ask yourself with those questions, and there is no answer to it. You will ask yourself, you will not find any answers, and of course those answers you will find it through prayers if you really seek God with all your heart. And as the Bible also encourages us that we need to ask, and we shall be given. We need to seek, and we shall find the answers. We need to knock the door, and the door shall be open to us. So when you ask God, really, you ask Him about your problem, you find that you start to have clarity in your mind about those the answers. Maybe you have done something wrong, or maybe you have not done something. Yes, maybe you have done something wrong to yourself or to others, or you have taken a wrong way, a wrong direction. You find that those things start to come clear in your mind, and of course by clarity now you're able to take the right direction. You're able to take the right direction of what to do next, how to undo those problems, and what to do in future, so that you will not find yourself in that very mess. And that is one of the beauty about prayer. The other important of prayer is victory. Prayer gives us victory. As the Bible said, that our warfare is not against flesh and blood, but it's against principalities, it's against powers, it's against the ruler of darkness. And as we know that, some of this problem, we need prayer. It has to be prayer to move it. We need to wage war. We need to pray so hard, and by praying, you start to see that those obstacles start to, to fade away. So that is, the other second beauty of prayer. The other third beauty of prayer is prayer. When you pray to God, you feel very relieved. It's just like you communicating to your friend, you're loaded with your problems, and you just feel like you just need to relieve those problems. You just need somebody to say your problem to. And when you have a good friend of yours, when you say those problems, what happened, you feel so relieved. Yeah. So it is the same when you say your problem. When you go to your room and then you say your problem to God, you tell God about your problem, you weep in His presence, and perhaps you have done something wrong and you ask God to forgive you. You find that after finishing, you are so relieved. You are so relieved. All those anger, everything you have stored in you, it is all gone. It is all gone because you have spoken it out, and you feel relief. And also I love about it, I also love prayer because in my hard time, because I feel comforted, and I feel strengthened. When I feel like there's no much strength, and I go to my prayer, to my room, and go to pray, I just feel this, I feel strength regaining in me. I feel a regain of strength somehow. And also, I'm comforted, especially when I apply the word of God, So it is very important for us to pray in hard time. Of course, prayer is not just for hard time, it is also for good time. But in this case, we are talking about hard time, So use it. If you're using it already, well done. If you're already in the process, that's also good. And if you do not know, well, here is the knowledge. I have just passed it to you. Try it, and it will really work. 12 tips that I use to overcome problem is forgiveness. Forgiveness is very important, guys. We need to forgive when we are going through hard time. So when I'm talking about forgiveness, it's not necessarily about forgiving somebody. Sometimes we need to forgive ourselves for what we have done to ourselves. It is really, really very important, because it helps us to move forward. I remember I was really, I had just broken up, one of the boyfriend at the time of my dating, and also other people who had, hurt me along the way, and I was really going through so much, so much anger, so much frustration. There was so much anger. And my sister looked at me and she said, Margaret, I can see you're going through so much, so much anger. There is so much anger in you. I can really see it in your eyes. What I need to tell you is that you need to forgive these people. You really need to forgive. I understand that they have done something wrong to you, but you need to forgive. So guys, I listened to her and I forgave those people. The moment I did that, guys, I was so relieved. I was so relieved, and I started to think even very clear about what I had also contributed in that mess, because I allowed them in my life. And because of that, I got myself in that mess. And also, as I mentioned about breaking up from that person, I was in that relationship, and I also have seen some sign, but I decided to be there, and until things became so messy. So forgiveness give us clarity also for us to know about our own part and what we need to do, what we need to do better in future. And forgiveness help us to heal. When you have forgiven somebody, you get healed, because if you keep somebody in your heart, of course you go through so much pain. There is so much pain, and you are stagnant. Forgiveness and unforgiveness go together with stagnation. You are stagnant, and you need to remember that if you're not forgiving somebody because of what the person has done to you, you need to remember that person is very happy. That person is very happy. That person is doing wonderful things in his or her life. But you're the one going through the pain. You're the one living in the past. So do it for yourself, because you don't want to be in that position, living in the past, living in sorrow, living in pain, living in complaint. You don't need to be in that position. You just need to do it for yourself. And also, the other area I can mention is that forgiveness prevents destruction. When we forgive, it prevents destruction. I say this because some people, when they're going through problem, when they are hurt by somebody, they want to seek for revenge. They also want to do, they want to pay back, and not for everybody. And that can be dangerous, because you need to understand that when you seek for revenge, you are more likely to do more to that person compared to what has been done to you. So, and that will make even things too messy. It can make problem very complicated and very heavy. So you don't want to get yourself in that position. So forgive for your own sake, for you to heal, for you to be happy, for you to do things, and for you to just move forward and do things in future. And also forgiving yourself, so that you can relieve yourself free from all this, I would say, bondage. Because if you're not forgiving, you're in bondage. So you need to relieve yourself from all this bondage. Now, the fifth tips that I can give about overcoming a problem is to be patient. Be patient. There's some problems in life we see they seem to be so heavy. They seem like they're not going to go away very quickly. That kind of problem requires patience. You need to be patient about it. Be patient and be relaxed. And just, watch things happening. Just relax and just do your things. And in the process of relaxing, of course, try to, observe things, try to learn, how this problem happened at the first place, what did you do wrong at the first place for it to happen, and how you need to do just to manage yourself, to adjust yourself in the situation, and what you need to do in the future. So that is the other tips. Number 5 just is to be patient, relax, and just study, and just and learn from it, and learn, and from the whole process of what you are dealing with. My 6th tips for overcoming problem is to take a course of volunteering work. This is really important, especially when you're alone. Taking a course is so good because you find yourself busy with assignment, busy with studying, and even busy with reading. Sometimes you can find yourself busy working with a group of other students towards your assignment, and this can really take away the thinking.
Volunteering, of course, is also important because it reduces isolation, and you find yourself, in contact with other people. And at workplace, you're chatting and with other people and also making a jokes, and this can take away the thinking and also the stress that you have. So it is really good to consider to do volunteering and studying when you're not in good time.
The 7 tips that I use when I'm going through struggle or when I'm going through hard time is self-care. So what is self-care? So I'm going to define it according to the field that I came from. So self-care is, I'm going to just read it from my book here. Self-care is about activities and practices we can engage in our everyday life to reduce stress and maintain our stress level down to enhance our short and longer term health and well-being. So what are those examples of self-care that I can give? So I would say one of the examples of self-care is that for example, you have a poor sleeping routine. You go to sleep late because of maybe media. You're always busy on Facebook, watching TV, and because of that, you find yourself, going to sleep late. Late. So you can develop a healthy sleeping routine, by writing it in a piece of paper. And the days and what time you need to go to sleep, and you can put that on your wall. So developing a good routine for sleep is one of the example I can give related to to self-care. And also eating healthy. Probably your eating habit is poor. You eat too much junk foods, so you can change your eating habit by eating by doing balancing diets, eating plenty of vegetables and fruits, and drinking enough water. So you can do that, because guys, when we are going through a hard time, one thing we need to understand: when we are going through a hard time, we don't look after ourselves. We tend not to look after ourselves. We tend to kill ourselves with worries, and we forget to look after ourselves. So we need to look after ourselves. So those are some of the examples I can give, relating to self-care. And also, the other example relating to self-care I can give is for the animal lovers. If you have your animal, you can take your animal out for a walk. You can also go to beach. You can go to botanic garden, go to nature. Nature is very, very good. Nature is therapeutic. When you go to, to botanic garden or to the sea, just watching the nature, watching the beauty, of the sea, watching the beauty, looking at the beauty of the flowers, the singing of the birds, the fresh air, that itself can release, it can release the stress in you and all those, that stress that, you're going through. It can relieve it. Try going to the nature. It will really help. And also, if you like to do arts, you can do arts. You can draw a picture of yourself, a picture of your house, or a picture of your neighbor. You can do that. And also, you can join a singing group if you love to sing. Join a singing group. It will really help. So those are some of the examples I can give you related to self-care. My number 8 tips for overcoming problem is positive thinking. Guys, we need to be positive when we are confronted with problems. Often when we are in problem, we tend to think negative about ourselves, negative about, we don't say anything good about ourselves. We don't say anything good even coming in our near future. We don't think about us, being able to do greater things. Our mind tend to be thinking negative. So you need to train your mind to think positive. Try to think positive about yourself, because you live according to how you think. If you think that you're not good enough in anything, if you think that there is nothing good is going to come in your life, and indeed it will be. So try to train your mind to think positive. So that is what I do. I remember I used to think so negative about myself, even what I speak to myself. And one of the day I was rebuked by my in-law, and I thank him for that. He rebuked me. He said, Margaret, you think negative about yourself. Think positive. You need to understand that you are capable to do. You are capable to do good. You are capable to be great. So don't speak negative. Don't think negative about yourself, even speaking negative. So positivity is all about our thinking and also talking. The word that you speak to yourself. As a Christian, we are told that words are powerful. What you speak to yourself, it can have an effect in the future. So try to be positive. Try to think positive, and also try to speak good to yourself. Speak life. And the other area I can point is that surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with people who advise you, people who lift you up, not people who are going to bring you down. Because when you're going through hard time, you need to ensure that everything in your surrounding has to be positivity, because you're in a time where you are drained so much, so you are not able to afford those negativity. So you need to make sure that you equip yourself. You need to make sure that you surround yourself with positivity. That will really help.
The 9 tips for overcoming problem is to be busy. So when I'm talking about being busy, it is not just about going to workplace. You can be busy at your home. You can be busy by cleaning your walls, by cleaning your cupboards, by cleaning your bathrooms. Be busy by doing that. I know that when we are going through hard time, we don't have the motivation to do things. So try to be motivated to do things, and I will discuss that in another video, how to feel, how to be motivated to do things. And it is really helpful. It is really helpful to be busy. So try to be busy by washing your dishes, or to wash your clothes, iron your clothes. Ironing is not my favorite job, but I do some of these jobs that I don't like when I'm in my rap time, because I just don't want to sit doing nothing and find myself thinking. So try to find little job around your home and just do it. If you have a backyard, that is good. Go to warehouse, buy some seeds and do gardening. If you don't have a backyard, go join a community group. I have one near my home where a group of community coming together and they do their gardening. They plant some vegetables and fruits, and it is for free, and it is really fun, working together and just doing your gardening and seeing your things, you're seeing your plants just growing. It is so fun. So try to do some of these tips that I'm giving.
Music is so helpful. I found music so helpful to me when I'm going through hard time or even good time, because I just love to listen to music. Music kind of helped me to forget my problems, not completely, but it takes out the overthinking. Of course, we cannot stop to think, but when I listen to music, oh my goodness, I just feel relaxed, and I just I feel happy. And of course, when I'm talking about music, not every music, there is power in music. There's music can lift you up, music can bring you down, music can make you irritated, music change your mood. So you need to make sure that you find that good music. I prefer gospel musics, gospel musics, because most of the gospel music has a good meaning. The message that they pass is good, is comforting, is encouraging, is lifting, it lift up your spirit. So you need to ensure that you listen to good music. It is good. It helps you, to distract you from whatever problem, you are thinking. So guys, I am coming to the end of this video. Thank you so much for listening to, my tips of, overcoming problems in life. I hope that what I have given is going to bless you. And if you like this video, please Feel free to like it, feel free to comment, and also feel free to give your own knowledge of what you use to overcome problems in life, because we are here to learn from one another. Thank you so much for sticking there and sticking there to listen to my video to the end. For now, I say bye from Kiden Margaret.